Jim Murray. How are you, dude? Welcome.
Corey, good to see you.
Yeah, welcome to the show, man. This is crazy.
Well, welcome out to your first Madden Challenge. As you see, you got a ton of people out here every single weekend. Nearly 500-600 people here competing to the chance to get to Vegas for 50 grand.
Oh, dude. Well, maybe I'll jump on one of the machines, you know? You know what I'm saying?
So what brings Cheat out here today?
Well, actually, we're actually out here because we're going to be talking about some of the Madden Underground Leagues, as well as we talked to some NFL players to get some strategy so you can play like a pro. But right now, we got Jim here. He's going to give us the insider's look at the Madden Challenge with two real live ballers for the Madden World Syndicate. Now, they are the ones who dominated last year's tournament. So here's Jim, along with D-Train and the Beast.
Hey, what's going on? It's Jim Murray checking in for the 2003 EA Sports Madden Challenge on the Playmaker Express. And to my left, I am joined with Tamino Covington, a.k.a. The Beast, and D-Train, Dwayne Harrison. What do you think is the biggest difference between last year's Madden with Marshall Faulk racing the cover and this year's Madden 2004?
I'd say the ability to better play defense. Defensive backs actually play more on this game versus last year. A lot of the routes that you could throw last year, you can't throw this year. Some of them are still the same, but not a whole lot. Defensive AI actually plays a whole lot better.
I think one of the major differences is the offensive line. I believe this year it's pretty much on a random blocking scheme, whereas last year you can do nano blitzes, you do the exact same thing, and you get the same result. This year you don't get the same result. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
But talk a little bit about the competition from this year compared to last year.
You know, this year it's still early in the game, so people are just throwing nothing but streaks. That seems to be everybody's game plan. If they can get a streak, they're gonna throw it. Whereas last year, the streaks really didn't evolve until a little bit later on in gameplay, and there were only a few people that were throwing them. You know, we had a lot of balance last year between the running game and passing game. They might set you up with the crossing route here or something underneath, something in the flats, but inevitably, it's going up top, it's going to the streets.
My strategy for the Madden Challenge is simply play your game. If you're used to running and gunning, don't come to the Madden Challenge and try to hold the ball and run clock. If you're used to running clock, don't come and try to throw streaks and corner routes and things if you don't normally do that. You should run your game. And it's also very important for you to know your playbook. If you don't know your playbook, then you're going to make passes, you're going to make mistakes. You only have 2 minutes. You don't have time to make mistakes. You must know your book. You got to know your roster. You got to know situations that you're in. You should have progression up the field. You should know, okay, this play will get me 5 yards, or this play will get me 15 yards. Or maybe you have a 3rd and 22. Okay, do you have a 3rd and 22 play? You know, you should have something prepared for that.
This year, pretty much the country's favorite playbook is the run and gun playbook. Even myself, I'm using the run and gun playbook. I find myself passing more this year versus running. The game's not really pass-oriented. It's more geared towards running the football if you can actually do that. But the passing game this year really is just off the chain.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for Dwayne D-Train Harrison and Tamino the Beast Covington. This is Jim Murray reporting for Cheat, and I'd say that's some of the best tips that any Madden player can get right there if you want to get into the Madden Challenge this year.
EA Sports is in the game!
The Madden Challenge can be pretty intimidating, whether you're new to Madden or a veteran player. Enter our training camp, and we'll introduce you to the man that wrote the book on Madden. Literally.
Madden NFL 2000.
Pleasure. It looked like you had some game here today.
Well, you know, I just forgot my pads.
This is Jim Murray reminding you to always go for it on 4th and 1.
And this is Corey Rouse saying, remember, if life's got you down, throw it into God mode and keep kicking butt. We'll see you next time on Cheat. You ready to roll?
Oh, you're going to get such a beating by my Patriots.
Come on, whatever.
Oh.
Come on, man.
All right, so you know you're just kicking off the moves right now. You understand?
Whatever,
right?
come on. You know what this is? The beginning of the end for you.
Did you just kick off out of bounds? No,
I wanted to.
Uh-oh. Giving him that. I'm giving him. I'm giving him.
Well, just take it easy on you.
Oh, Coleman.
Oh, crap.
And there it is. Just like that.
I give it to you.
Corey, it was a pleasure.
Hey, thank you.
The 2003 EA Sports Madden Challenge has made it to the Pacific Northwest. Hey, what's up? It's Murray coming at you
from the amazing Seahawks Stadium here in Seattle, where inside over 500 competitors are battling their way to get to Las Vegas for the chance to play for the $50,000 grand prize. The final game of our two-day event at Seahawks Stadium in Seattle came down to Wallace Brown, who chose the St. Louis Rams, and Jin Park, who took the Philadelphia Eagles. In the third quarter now, Wallace, now leading 24-7, adds another touchdown with this sweet pass from Kurt Warner to Isaac Bruce. After yet another two-point conversion, it's now a 32-7 blowout. These two finalists would exchange a few more touchdowns, but this game was all Rams as Wallace Brown's offense proved to be too much for Jin Park and the Eagles. The final in this one, Rams 56, Eagles 27, and Wallace Brown is going to Vegas to compete for the grand prize of $50,000.
Did you think that he was pouring it on a little too much when he was going for the two-point conversions?
Oh, absolutely not, man. I mean, the whole point of coming here is to play to win. And if you need to flip points like that, hey, why not?
If you win the 50 grand, what would you spend that on?
Probably a Benz.
You're going to get yourself a nice set of wheels, right?
No doubt.
It's almost true to life, to the real game and everything, man. I mean, you have to know the game of football to play the game.
The graphics are so good nowadays, it looks like you're really on a football field, and all the plays are real plays, you know, pretty much everything that goes on in the game is in the game, like they say.
Well, you know what, I really can't play that well, but I've been playing it for a few years.
Come on, man!
I think I'm going to take this L quicker than I take the last.
Well, I always like to play with me. That's the best one to play with. But sometimes, you know, they done, you know, kind of made me too slow or dropping balls or whatnot.
I like the way, I think my rating is like a 93 or something. So that's about right. He's off by about seven points, but that's cool. Because everybody likes to play video games. This is a stress reliever, most definitely. This is going to be a feel-good game for me.
The finals in Jacksonville came down to Fred Highsmith and Oscar Turner. Late in the fourth quarter, with Turner's Falcons down by 8, Michael Vick finds Trevor Gaylor in the corner of the end zone to tie the score with 2 minutes to go in the game. After Fred Highsmith's Buccaneers go 3-and-out on their next series, Tom Tupa kicks this horrible punt to give the Falcons great field position. And Oscar Turner takes advantage, kicking a 20-yard field goal as time expires to win the game.
Well, that's my game plan usually. I was a little nervous, so I pulled it down earlier than I usually do, but that's what he was giving me, so I take it.